Welcome back to Krastorio, complete overhaul mod for Factorio in 0.18. So yes, this is episode 2, and I've built some walls around our little processing plant, just as a temporary measure until I get turrets. You can see I've got automation tech card being researched. I've got a little gap through the wall here I can go around. But that is, as you can see from over here, this mound of corpses, it is actually working quite well. Long enough for me to walk over here with my submachine gun and say hello to my little friends, and they haven't rung through the wall yet, so that's all good. So all I'm going to do now is just get through automation tech card, and then we're going to be heading on into probably more on the military side of things. So I want turrets, don't I? So turrets, unless I've already got turrets yet. No, I don't have turrets yet. I need just automation tech card, and then it needs turrets, but that needs the red tech cards. Yes, this is the equivalent of science packs if you have watched the last episode. If you haven't, why not? It's on the channel. I will go and add both of these to a playlist now that there's a second episode out, and you can go and take a look at them in sequence. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel, or indeed just to the playlist if you want to, or indeed click on the like button and just get the bell to get notifications. Regardless, we're going to be getting on today with these sort of things. So we're going to get started with the automation tech cards, and that's going to come through, and then we'll automate it a little bit, and we'll see where we get to from that. One quick comment I did get from a commenter, thank you very much, is just to say that this also provides a little bit of power. Yeah, 120 kilowatts of passive power. So we don't have anything over here that actually uses power yet, but I guess I could pick it up and move it. But regardless, we could hook that up to the rest of the system. Puts a little bit less burden on our wind farm, which we have over here, and indeed a little bit further on the steam engines. But not that I don't think we're particularly, no, we are not struggling just yet, but if we get more passive power, all good. So I think we'll just run some sort of cables out this way, and I'll run out, and then I will go and probably cut down more trees because I've got one log left. See you in a minute. And I put a double layer of walls in, just in case. And another set of biters came over and tried to eat me alive, so that's all nice. It's a little game we play, me and the biters. They agree to die at my submachine gun. I agree not to die instead. Anyway, we've got automation tech card finished, and that means I can now blank tech card, and I presume I'm going to use that with automation cores. Yes, so we're going to be able to create those. So I'm going to need iron and copper for the blank tech cards, fair enough, and the automation cores we already made last episode. They're already here, aren't they? Are they not here? I certainly made some. Yes. So it's iron and copper again. So it's iron and copper in both cases, and we have some of these to actually get on with. So let's get started with a new research. That's going to need me to do a few things, and I want military, so I definitely want turrets more than anything else. We could just go with stone processing. That will get us the sand and glass recipes, and iron pickaxe to be able to basically mine faster. That would certainly be used up while I was going crafting other stuff, but for this, we can't even get started with this until we get 10 automation tech cards. Can we actually craft it? Yes, we can. We're going to craft 10 of them, handcraft them, and we're going to combine that with each of these, and then that'll get us into turrets. So can we get started with this? Yes, we can. And we have more than enough of the basic tech cards, whatever they're actually called. Basic tech cards. Yeah, never mind. Not always I don't always remember everything, completely well, but oh wait, there's more. There's friends. Okay, more friends. Yeah, so they're coming a slightly different route now. Maybe they're getting discouraged by my double wall, not necessarily trick, but yes, my double walls. So maybe I will just create a bit more of a reinforcement around here as well. We will be getting turrets soon enough, but for now, yep, nice bit of reinforcement. Great, turrets are done. So that'll get us started, and gun turret, there we go. We need automation cores, some iron bits and pieces, and range 25, shooting speed 6 per second. So we are going to want some of those. Why don't we get started with 6 to get started? Presumably they're going to need the rifle magazine tier of ammunition. Doesn't actually say. but yeah, I would assume so. And then we'll put maybe a couple on this side, and then, you know, the rest over here, or something along those sort of lines. We'll put them down regardless, and I'm just going to... I'll continue crafting that. One other thing I was going to say with the labs is this first sort of damage ship research thing. It can't really do the job very well after this point. It can actually consume red cards, so it's only useful for the first tier of resources. Electric mining drills, yep, that would be nice, and that is 20 of these. We're probably going to be able to handcraft them ourselves. We also get access to yellow inserters, which is good as well. That's another 20, so we are going to have to consider setting these things up. Which do I want more? I think I want logistics more. I think I want electric inserters. Electronics, don't care about yet, but that's going to be coming soon. Shelter. Well, I've already got one. Maybe that's just letting me create another one. Engines, pretty standard fare for Factorio. And shooting speed and projectile damage. Yeah, because biters are going to be available, we are going to want these, but that is 100. So, yeah, for now, we're going to go for logistics. And what else have we got here? Ooh, loaders. Okay, so that's part of this whole thing. And let's take... Basically, it's an upgrade from transport belt with some gear wheels. Okay. Let's just go for that. And we'll be able to lay some stuff around. So this whole chain that we're going to be making is going to be iron and copper based. So I'm going to need to clear a little bit of space. Maybe from this kind of area. Maybe I'll take them from here and just bring them down. Sort of like a very, very early main bus. And we'll go and get it sorted out. So I'm going to drop some assembly machines down and I'll bring you back to show you. Okay, so set up for our red cards then. We're going to need some belts as normal. We'll just get that going here. We're going to be basically using iron, so we're going to need to get some inserters. Let's get a few of those on build. I've got some ammunition on build. Let me just cut that down a little bit. Yep, there we go. And so we're going to be using these. We're going to be able to making two things here. One is gears. The other one is iron sticks. Okay, and they're both going to be feeding off our iron belt. So we're going to want to basically get some space there and build ourselves a rather nice little just extension coming this way. And why don't we just set this to be at priority to the right so that we only get the excess coming down this way, which is good. So then we're going to get some inserters, which just popped in just in time. And I'm just going to move this pole over one. It just helps a little bit when you have them centered along these kind of lines. And we'll have both of those going that way. So any iron that makes it past it, we're going to actually use for something else. Don't worry about it. But in the meantime, they're going to make sticks. And those are going to work fine. We can just basically bring them out either side and do something else with them in a minute. Okay, so both of those sticks are going to come out, and they need to be combined with copper plate to make the automation cores. So copper plate needs to come through somewhere. Doesn't really much matter where. I'm tempted almost to do it sort of along this center line, but we're going to need 6 copper plate and 8 iron products. That's not too great an easy balance. Certainly on a belt. So, and do we have red inserters? We do, so we could keep them on separate belts. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep them on separate belts. Yeah, why don't we do that? So what we're going to do to make that really simple to get started with is just go underground this way, and we will just bring them that way. There we go. They'll naturally basically balance each other. We've got the same kind of inputs, and we're also going to then move this pole again. That'll still connect, and then we'll just be able to run a copper belt this way. All right, it's all nice and laid out. Then we're just going to take another machine, assembly machine, and now we can get this to make automation cores. So automation cores are right there. And we can just probably run a cable. And off it goes. So automation cores are done. And then to get the rest of the automation tech cards, we need to combine that with blank tech cards. So blank tech cards, as you can see where I'm coming in here, iron plate, yes, we have, and copper cable. Now, of course, we have copper here. We are going to need perhaps a long-headed inserter or two for this, but let's just make one to get started. Hopefully it'll pop in soon. And we will probably be able to make just copper cable off this line. Or we could bring in a separate line incoming and down. Which do we actually want to do for that? Blank tech cards. So iron plate and copper cable. You know, I think I want to bring it down this side. I think I want to actually build another balancer. Okay, we'll do that. It looks like... I think these turrets have been firing. Maybe. Just remember that I had 27 in each of these. They certainly seem to be dying farther out, so that may be them firing. We'll see fairly soon. I don't have any ammo in that one yet. Shh, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. Not going to be any problems. So I'm going to bring in the copper. Am I going to do it here? Well, we're certainly going to have to bring the copper down anyway, so why don't we just do that there regardless. Looking quite symmetric. I quite like this setup. And then we've got the blank tech cards. So we need iron and copper cable. So you know what? I think I'm just going to stagger things a little bit. Yeah, we need two assembly machines here. One here. So that's copper cable. And let's just try direct inserting here. So I've got some iron coming through. We'll direct insert coming this way. And we'll add a power pole. Again, nice and symmetric. There we go. And then we can select our recipes. So this one isn't the blank tech card. This one has to be the copper cable. Copper cable. And a blank tech card there. Okay, so that's being made, or will be made once I add the thing to it right there. Yeah, that's going to be slightly awkward, isn't it? Let's do it like that. Okay, now we've got tech cards, and we've got the automation cores. And that means we just combine the two of them. We need 5 times as many blank tech cards, though, to automation cores. All right. Okay, I guess we can do that. And for now, we can just have it running sort of on a very, very trivial basis, just by running them like this. Okay, and let's see how much power we can get out of this. Oh, we needed long hand inserters, didn't we? There we go. And then finally, we just need one more assembly machine, I think, which will combine the two, and then we can bring them onto here, onto this side of the belt. Once we decide where the output is, and we can just send them right up there along with everything else. So that should be done in a second. Do we have any more biters? Not yet, but that will, I'm sure, happen very shortly. So let's just put it there for now. Again, this is rough and ready, but it gets us started, doesn't it? And thankfully, we can make it with this tier of stuff. So let's just get another inserter or 2. And then we know where we're going to be bringing this out from now. Nice. Okay, it all lines up. And that will line up there. I'm tempted to actually move this down to there. Ugh, need power. Need more power. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll just move it up there now. For now, I need to go and get more wood, clearly. Just to sort that out for now, though. It's a bit scrappy, but doing like that should do. And then we don't have to worry about anything else, and we can just feed it on down. Okay, job's done, and that's scrappy, but it should get us started with doing research. We have over here as well. What I don't know, however, one thing that's really annoying me, I need to take a look, is the wood for here. So technically I can put more wood in, but then I have to go and chop more wood down manually, and I don't like the idea in Factorio of having to go and chop down wood manually. So I'm really kind of hoping there's going to be a research project for wood. Ooh, is that it? Allows use of the greenhouse for growing some trees and other small decorations. That is it, and I definitely want this. So it needs stone processing, then a greenhouse, and then into that. So we're going to have to go for stone processing next. Electric mining drill, sorry, you're going to have to wait. I don't want to have to keep chopping wood. It has to be automated. Automate everything, the factory must grow. Also in, in Krastorio / Factorio, as well as Satisfactory. So yeah, off to chop more wood. And with stone processing done, we're going to get straight into greenhouses and take that one as well. So that's going to be 40 of the basic tech cards alone. Basically make greenhouses with wood, glass, and iron beams. So we're going to need a glass. And I think that's a recipe we've probably just picked up because of stone processing, I think. Yep, glass, which is sand, sand, which is stone. So presumably that is going to be in here. We just dump stuff into this crusher. Do I have any stone? Probably not. I've probably been turning it into stone bricks. Let's just go and grab some from down here. I've also put down a couple of gun emplacement further out. Let's grab some of that. There we go. So all the way up at the top of the here, outside my walls, I now have a couple of like triple walled turrets. I go and feed them manually for now, just because, yep, the biters are still coming in here. This certainly does fire, and it's certainly fine, but it's not quite as good as my own personal gun. And I've got 3 on this side, and then another one, and there's an emplacement out there. I've left a little bit of space at the bottom because I've got an idea that maybe you want to feed these automatically with belts that are actually making ammo, and we could certainly do that. All we actually need for the ammo is going to be coal, iron, and copper, and of course we can get both of those here, and coal isn't on our belt yet, but it will have to be fairly soon. We'll probably want to get to a electric mining drills to be able to do that. It just means it's easier. You can do it with this setup. You just need burner inserters, and then you can get them to feed themselves and all kinds of other stuff with these burner mining drills. I prefer to wait for the electric mining drills for that, though. It's easy enough to just go and grab them. You can see just how much coal I have right now. We can feed pretty much anything. Okay, so with that done, we've got greenhouse on the way. So let's just go and give this a try. Let's see if this will turn to sand. Looks like it will. And then presumably that's going to feed into glass just by dumping it into a furnace. Yep, stone furnace. So I've already got one of those. And if I just dump you, I don't know, maybe here. And we can get an inserter. I'll just go and grab it manually for now. We can choose a recipe in our furnace. Do like the fact we can just choose recipes in here. Very handy. And just dump in the sand with some coal, and that will do its job. So that can just be automatically fed now, and we'll put it into a box if I like, maybe another inserter, and we'll feed that glass in there and be able to use that for the greenhouses. So yeah, what else did the greenhouse needed? Iron beams, so I guess the rest is just going to be handcrafted. So I'll just be able to pick up from this box and make greenhouses, presumably to make wood, and then feed the wood back around to this particular building here. You can see we're making enough red data cards, but the current tiers of stuff don't actually need red data cards, so they're piling back a little bit. But I added extra assembly machines down here because it is a very slow recipe. You can see it's going to be quite slow. That's like 30 seconds. So I want to make sure we have a little bit of excess of supply. Everything else is perfectly fine. You can see none of this is actually slowing down. So we are backstuffed on everything. So it is pretty nice at the moment. So that's pretty good. And now we need to wait for greenhouse to complete. And then we can plan getting the other side, this side, actually automated, presumably. Is that some glass? That is. Cool. And there we go. Greenhouse is now finished. We can now presumably make wood, I guess. We'll see. Welcome to the jungle. I guess we can craft trees that way. Interesting. Not sure why we craft trees, but I guess they're decorative. Let's just go back to electric mining drill while I actually look at greenhouses. So over here, in here, we've got greenhouses. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna need some wood to get things started. Of course I am. Bear with me. There's my first greenhouse on the go, and I suppose we could craft trees to absorb some pollution. That may well be why we're going to need to deal with that. Can we actually see pollution? Yeah, no wonder this area is attacking us. Our pollution is out there already, and we don't have radar yet. So. It may not be long before they start attacking from other directions. Yes, so we're going to want to deal with that fairly soon. Electric mining drills, that's a good idea, given that, well, yeah, pollution and everything. Let's just take a look at the mining drills. So, burning mining drill, does it say the pollution? Yeah, 5 per minute. 7.5 per minute for electric. Okay, fine. I guess we're not doing less pollution that way. Fine, we're gonna have to go and hunt down that biter base at some point soon then. Electric mining drills are done. Electronics will be good soon. Optics will take us towards... There's the Sentinel. Not actually seen these. Obviously, this is part of the overhaul. Unlocks a small Sentinel equipped with many sensors that constantly give visibility over a small area but does not scan its surroundings. So I guess that's more like a directed radar, I suppose. And we could put them near our towers or behind our towers or something along those kind of lines to keep those sort of towers happy. But again, that is 100 of both, and we could get some other upgrades for that same amount. So I'll continue to try getting other things. So yeah, both optics. Well, optics is going to be really cheap, and so is electronics. So I'll start the research on those and then continue to craft. However, we have greenhouses. Okay, so grows wood for harvesting, requiring only water and energy. That's kind of nice. There's no seeds like in Bob's Mods. So water we already have up here. We can probably run that from there, at least for the moment. Let's just put it out here. And if it's got pass-through water, that would be even nicer. But we'll see. Let's see if I don't have any pipes yet. I did not craft any... I did not craft any pipes. Let's just see how far will this stretch. Oh, nearly all the way. Okay. Fine. A couple of pieces of pipe. And there we go. We should have water, which means the only thing we should need to connect is basically electricity. That's going to be annoying. I'm going to run it down one side instead. And there we go. Wood line is coming from 4 greenhouses, coming all the way onto a balanced belt, E02 per side, basically coming into it, and coming over this, and it's going to massively outsupply the demand for things right now. You can see things are not quite caught up yet, but I certainly can probably afford some more labs. So let's get the more labs in to get further progress faster. So yeah, pretty good so far. We got automated wood. We have a couple of turret stations. We're going to want those sentinels, which we're going to pop up, and hopefully that will be our early radar warning system. And then we're going to need to consider the next sort of sets of research. So we got the green cards. They're going to need electronic circuits. So we need electronics, which I think I just unlocked. Yes. And then he's wood. Okay. Wood and copper cable. Good thing we've got plenty of wood then. So even though we can't currently make that, it's certainly worth setting it up ahead of time. So I've got a split of our wood coming over here. I've got a separate line of iron coming down. I'm going to go on to half a line because we don't need very much iron for this, for the circuits. You can see it's 1 iron, 1 wood, and 4 copper cables. So I've left the copper cable alone. We've reworked it here just to be able to go onto a separate line, which gets split back to where it originally went to, but also gets provided out here as well. And how... That looks like we're going to be able to... Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to feed onto both sides here with that. So I should be able to just put another belt in and around for that. Yeah, that'll do fine. Anyway, we have these 2 belts coming down here, and we'll be able to basically create a circuit line wherever we want to. Let's put it this side for the moment. I'm not quite sure we want to want it permanently. But so circuits it is. Copy paste that, and then we just need inserters, and we basically put it wherever we want it for later. So a little bit scrappy to get started, but things will get more organized as you get through the game a little bit more. So if you've got any questions or if you've got any suggestions for where we go from here, feel free to put them down in the comments below, because I'm probably running a little bit out of time now. Let me just check how far through the episode are we. Yeah, we're sort of approaching the end. Oh, there goes my turrets, and let's see how effective they are. Yeah, pretty good, I think. The Sentinels probably make it better, but for the moment, I've got 89 magazines, and they're doing their job quite well. So we can obviously replace the walls as and when they get eroded over time. How many are you? 17. Well, let me take out some over here and replenish you for now. We'll want something automatic to do that after a little bit of time, I think. Not quite so sure how fast we're going to need them. It depends how fast the biters evolve. And that's not something I'm going to know just yet. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, we're approaching the end of the episode. Just get a couple more labs in. I normally would run them just a long line of them. But in fact, I've put them in the wrong place, haven't I? I need to have them a little bit further away there. Just like that. And then we'll need to have some kind of power connecting everything. And obviously inserters as you would normally expect. So let's just get everything going there. I need to get some more power, clearly. But other than that, we should be okay. Not quite sure where I'm going to get power from. We'll have to put an extra power pole in there. That should do the job. Yep. Okay, and that will speed up our Sentinel and all the rest of our military research, which we're waiting for here. So weapon shooting speed, physical projectile damage, and gates is probably a decent thing to go for. Although I don't really need gates at the moment, but hey, kind of useful. Next sort of mainline train here is the green card, or green science, if you want to think of it like that. That's going to need 75 of each of the previous cards, and steel processing, of course, which is the next sort of industry kind of area. And if we want more trees, I guess we can go and craft more trees. But yeah, so that's a good point to end the episode on. Again, as I was saying before, if you've got any suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll probably see you next episode for some more Krastorio, and I look forward to your comments. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click on the like button, and click on the bell if you want notifications for more episodes. See you next time.